In this video, we will be providing an overview of government and utility incentives and future penalties in New York State's Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act. We will be talking with Michael Murphy, Business Development Director for Murphy Brothers Contracting, and Mike Murphy with Climate Master. How has the natural gas moratorium affected Murphy Brothers Contracting?
I gotta say, when we first heard of the moratorium, we were absolutely shocked. We didn't think there was any way that construction was going to continue the way it was going. But people have learned and adapted that there are other ways other than fossil fuels to heat and cool a home.
What did you shift to when the gas moratorium was enacted in Westchester?
We shifted to geothermal and air source heat pumps because that's the way to go. However, the houses that we renovate and build are usually quite big. Those clients demand the best. We feel that geothermal is the best, and therefore most of our clients are going with geothermal.
What are the tax incentives for geothermal?
Our tax credits are changing, at least as presently written into the Internal Revenue Service tax codes. A couple of years ago, we transitioned from a 30% federal tax credit with no cap to a 26% tax credit with no cap. And that 26% is going to be with us until 2022, when it drops down to 22% through 2023. This equipment does not have to be installed in a primary residence. It could be in your primary residence, as well as vacation homes, etc. In spite of what I may say here on this slide, I would always encourage homeowners to discuss this with their accountant. But we do know that the tax credit cannot be claimed on equipment that is used to heat a swimming pool, hot tub. We cannot dig a pond and claim a 26% tax credit on the cost of digging the pond.
Where can I find a database of all the utility and state incentives?
There are utilities, there are states, there are municipalities that are all interested in embracing renewable energies. A very strong website that we have been able to rely on in the past, facilitated by North Carolina State University, is dsireusa.org. In working with them in recent months or so, I'm finding that they're changing so quickly state by state that North Carolina State is not able to keep up with the offerings of the particular states. So it is best to keep an ear and an eye towards activity in your state legislature. I understand that New York has just had some movement involving a 25% state tax credit. I think this technology is worth eliminating, if you will, the cost of the ground loop. If you do that, replacement of a heat pump versus an air source heat pump versus a ground source heat pump is going to be really close.
What are some useful websites?
Some additional websites that can be helpful to you include New York Geo, Ron's website, earthkindenergy.com, our industry advocate, and the one that does our efforts in Washington, the Geo Exchange organization, a very good website for homeowners. And then the big three in manufacturing of residential product in the United States are Climate Master, Water Furnace, and Enertech. We all have strong design software. We all want to see successful geothermal installations undertaken, and all three of us will do what we can to ensure that contractors are comfortable with how to do this precisely. Because it's not hard, it's just we need to be a little precise with it. How to do this so that it is good for the homeowner, good for the utility, good for the contractor, good for the environment. It is a product that warrants some consideration.
Our next video will discuss the path to geothermal ownership.